Tatya, whose picture is that?
Morning, colleagues. My twin
Oh,
brother.
Okay, are you serious or are you joking?
Can you tell the difference? That's me with flu.
Are you serious? Oh, fantastic. I haven't
Yeah.
seen you. Oh, fantastic. I didn't. Are you serious or are you joking with me, Tatya? Is that you?
That's me 2020 during the hard lockdown.
Oh, fantastic.
How did you hear about the tragedy in Durban yesterday? The 20,600 people tried to escape from the country, but only got to Pietermaritzburg.
And then what happened?
Andre some comrades jokes today. Hi, Jennifer. Long time. Are you well?
Anna is back. Anna, you can put off your video if you want to save on some data. All right. It's up to you if you want to do that. Good afternoon, Mr. Drysdale.
Mr. Drysdale, he's got 2 days left before he turns 50, Andre.
Really 50, 40. I wish.
He was also sick for 10 years, eh?
Can't believe I'm 50, sure. Because you just put me back into depression.
Well, at least you're a Gemini, hey?
Yeah, there's lots of Geminis, eh? Sure. I actually worked it back, Akash. Why there's so many Geminis? Because we work 9-10 months back. It's spring. Need I say more? Hey, Merinda.
Okay. What happens in spring? Is it the World Cup?
Sorry, Tatya?
What happens in spring? Is it a World Cup of some sort?
Well, without going into detail, after winter.
I know. Is it load shedding the World Cup?
I was trying to think how to explain this.
The trees started to bloom.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, welcome to the club, Craig.
I think we're going to maybe just give another minute or so. We've got 15 people so far. Everybody's quiet today, huh?
Yeah. Yolandi, why are you so quiet?
She must be sitting at school picking up children. That's why she's so quiet. I'm just going to give another minute or so and then we'll start. And I think the rest can just catch up later on. We don't want to waste everybody's time, but we're punctual. Well, guys, today it's a great honor for me to to introduce you to Merinda Pillay. You know, I think everybody has either dealt with her via wanting data or having an email from her. But yeah, she's live today, and it's an honor for me to introduce her to present for you today. So for those that haven't met her, here's our expert on CSD, and she's going to show you and tell you what to do. It's not a very long presentation. There will be plenty of time to ask questions, and we'll also be sending out the presentation back out to everybody that attended. So welcome, Merinda, and over to you.
Thanks, Andre. Good morning, everybody, and thanks for joining us this morning. I'm just going to share quickly. You can see Andre?
So I can see clearly.
Perfect. So thanks for joining us this morning for the CSD, the Central Supplier Database government registration. So like Andre mentioned, the Central Supplier Data Registration Database is if you want to submit tenders or RFQs on the government, you have to be registered on the Central Supplier Database, and all suppliers must self-register on the CSD. Sorry, that was the introduction. And then moving on to how do you access the site, I have inserted here. I have inserted the link here for you to access the site. It's quite self-sufficient. So you go into csd.gov.za. Once you click onto the link, it'll take you to a screen that looks like this. So it's the National Treasury, Department of National Treasury, Republic of South Africa. So all government tenders and RFQs you would submit on this site. So you'll come to this registration page here. On the top right-hand corner, there's a button or a tab that says register or log in. So because you want to register for the first time, you would click on the register button. Once you click on that register button, it'll take you to a page or a screen that looks like this. So it says register user. Once you, when you want to register as a new user, you need to complete the following details: your email address, which ideally would be the director of the company's email address, because that person will have access to the CSD, your name, your surname, your cell phone number. The cell phone number is very important because when your password expires or if you lose your unique reference number, you would require to request for an OTP. So the cell phone number that you use there would have to also be a director or an admin person. Identification type would be your South African ID. And then you have to select or you have to complete a password. Okay, your password will change all the time, but here you would complete your password and then you complete this captcha code at the bottom, and then you would see a green icon that would say register. Once you click on register, it'll take you to this page, back to the home screen page. And then you see on the right and top where I showed you, it shows register or log in. You would click in now, log in. So after you have registered or you have submitted the page that I've showed you previously, you've completed the user details, you've clicked in the green button at the bottom which says register, you will receive an email activation. So this auto-generated email activation will come and it will give you a link where you would click on that link and it'll send you an OTP to your cell phone number. Once you fill in that OTP number, it'll take you to the email, to this login screen. Once you come to this login screen, you will fill in your email that you've completed as your contact email. the password that you have created, and this captcha code. Now you're able to log in. After you have logged in, this is what the screen or the page will look like. So it's the home page. You are now already logged in. The next step for this is to complete the supplier details. Now, the supplier details is your company details. All right, all the company details. I'm also going to show you very quickly. I've done a flow chart of the process of completing the supply details. So the process, it looks like this. It's the self-supplier registration process. It's 2 stages. I've explained the first stage, which is how do you access the site? How do you create a new CSD account? What happens afterwards? When you get the email activation, you log in with the OTP, and then you log in on the CSD. That is stage 1. After you have gone in and logged in, it says complete the supplier identification information. That now starts with stage 2. So you complete all of the tabs, which is your industry specification, your contact information, your address, your business address, your bank account information, your tax information, directors information, complete associations. If you registered on relevant associations, your business is registered, you have any grading, you would complete that information there. Complete commodities are the type of business that you have. If you are a B&B, if you are, for example, Sigma Consulting, if you are a tour operator, you complete the relevant commodities information tab as well. Then there's also a tab that says maintain users. You're allowed to have up to 3 users that can access your CSD. So you can add the director or admin person and 1 other person that you want to add as users. All will use the same login email, all will use the same password. Once you've completed all of that information, the supplier's information, if you have any other accreditations like ISO, or you have any specific industry accreditations, there's a tab to complete that as well. You need to complete your BEE information. After you've completed your BEE information, that's the last information that is required. You click on submit. When you complete on submit, you'll get an auto-generated communication on your screen that will show you a CSD supplier registration number with a 13-digit unique registration reference number as well. Usually your CSD supplier number starts with an MAAA. So that is a common number that you will look for, and your unique reference number. The unique reference number is also very important. Should you forget your password, your login, your unique reference number will assist you to contact the help desk for your login details. After you've received your supplier and your unique reference number, it usually takes up to 7 days for the organ of states to verify your CSD information. So the verification that they would do is to verify your company details, verify your company bank account if it's valid, verify your tax information if you're compliant with tax, and they'll also verify your BEE information. At some stage, they would ask you to upload certain documentations, which, for example, you can upload your bank account letter, you can upload your BEE affidavit or your certificate, and you can upload your director's information if it requires any ID documents. So as you're completing those sections, it'll ask you to upload documents. Important that you keep your documents on hand as well when you're completing your application process. And you will also, once the organ of state has verified your CSD supplier information, you will receive an auto-generated email communicated to you as well to tell you that your application has been verified. And then you will also be able to go onto the main screen and, go onto the main screen here, onto home, and you will click on the reports tab. So home screen, search, supplier details, links, and the next tab is reports. You can click on the reports tabs, and then you can have a look and see if there's any outstanding information. It will show you if there's any outstanding information that you need to complete, you need to address, or if all is in order, it will show you you are compliant, and then you can pull out a report for that. Then if you want to, once you are compliant, and if you want to have a look at e-tenders, you look at links at the top screen here. There's a drop down that will show you where you can just click on e-tenders. You can have a look at the tenders, and then you can also apply through that link as well. And then lastly, if you want to apply for the CSD or Central Supplier Database, you can give it a try. If you need me for assistance, if you have any questions, if you're stuck anywhere, I would gladly assist you. You can drop me an email, provided that you give me the login details, and I can assist from my side. It's pretty easy and it's self-sufficient. There's also support links on the CSD site. So if you require additional support, the CSD is there to support you at any time as well. Thanks, Andre. Andre?
Anybody got any questions that they would like to ask about the system, or how it works, or what the benefits are? Everybody quiet.
Hi, Andrew. And
Hello.
Malita.
Hello. How are you doing, Malisatsi?
I'm doing all right. Yes, I just wanted to ask, is my company is about catering and events, how will this one benefit me?
Do you wanna reply to that, Merinda?
So I'm not too sure about that, Andre, but I do know there's RFQs, there's various RFQs which you can have a look at. And I think in most cases where government has, meetings and they have conferences and things like that, they also do require catering, they require events coordination. So the RFQs are put up there, and if your business fits that profile, then you can tender for it.
Yeah, my
Merinda, can I quickly answer?
Yes, Yolande.
I'm registered on CSD. I have a catering and events company. And what normally happens, they send you or they email you a RFQ. And then you reply on the RFQ to cater for that, or do a quotation for them. There's requirements in that quotation that they are sending to you. So you need to make sure your business meets that requirements, and then you send it back to the email or the response email, and then they will let you know if you have received the tender for the catering.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for that, Yolande.
Thanks very much, Yolande.
Oh, thank you, Yolanda.
Anybody else want to ask any questions? I think just to summarize, I think, you've got absolutely nothing to lose by registering. It's just another avenue for you to pick up business, see what's out there. And by all means, is that look, just go and look. It can only benefit your business. It gives you credibility that you've been registered. And I think it's of great assistance to your business. Obviously, well, you know, there's many people that will be apply, but you know, if you don't have your fishing rod in the water, you're not going to catch anything. So I would suggest that you guys all register. Those that haven't registered yet, make contact with Merinda if you have a problem. But you know, it's just try it and see. You know, you can only pick up some business from there. Jennifer, anything from your side that you wanted to ask? I see you unmuted.
No, I wanted to add up on this of the CSD because I had a lot of questions from one of our team members. I think this is only about if you want to do a business with government. So if you are not really want to do any business with government, I don't see it as necessary to do the CSD because this is just a database of government. Remember, usually before, you used to go to each and every department and then you complete a form so that they can be able to call you or maybe to register you. So this nowadays, so they are using the CSD so that they can call you for RFQ and then even for the tender purpose. If you want to do anything with the government tender, RFQ, you must be registered on a CSD. Even if on the issue of the payment, if you want to be paid, they have to check whether you are registered with CSD. Only if you want to work with government. I think with Anglo, they are not using this system. They've got their own Ariba. I don't know whether am I right or wrong. You can rectify me on that one. That's all I wanted to add up on the whole thing.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Andre, can I also add up something on Jennifer's answer?
Yes, absolutely.
If you want to apply for funding, I know what SITA asks you, do you have a CSD number? Then you have to give them your CSD number. And the other thing is your suppliers must be registered with CSD.
Thanks very much for that, Yolandi. I
don't know, Andre. I don't know why do they need the information from the supplier? Because government have requested you as a tender or maybe as a supplier. Remember, they are not dealing with your supplier. They are dealing with directly with you. You have registered into their CSD or a database. So there's no way. I've been working with this. I've never had anything so that they can check anyone from one of my suppliers must be registered on a CSD. I don't know. Is it a new thing or what? I'm working with my suppliers, but they are not registered on a CSD. Is it a new thing?
And you've never had an issue with that?
Jennifer, I went through the process through SIDA for funding. So when I submitted their application forms, they asked for my CSD number, and I applied that number. My suppliers, they are busy now to check my suppliers because the requirements was my suppliers must be registered CSD. So this is not for catering or for RFQs. This is also, the CSD will help you also with funding when it comes to the government.
No. That is not right. Remember, SITA is a parastatal of a government. Whoever maybe you want to work with on the funding, they must be on a CSD, not each and every funding. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I think maybe for just to keep time with everyone, I think only SITA because they've got their own database, and whoever who want to work with the SITA must be registered on government. Not each and every funder you must be registered on a CSD. And as remember, SITA is a parastatal of a government.
Victoria, you've got your hands up. Anything you want to ask?
No, I just wanted to confirm that, yeah, this government, they are looking the CSD. That lady is very 100% right. If it is maybe not used before, but now they want it. They demand it because they want to check whether the company that is helping you or you need help from them. Both of you must have CSD. Thank you.
So that may be just something new that's happened now. Anybody else got some questions? Paul?
No, I just wanted to add that even for growth as well, Andre, you won't be doing business with your private sectors only. You must register on CSD so that you can spread your wings as well from the government side and wherever the CSD is needed.
Yeah, I think the reality is that, you know, you must decide where you want to do business. I don't think anybody could be forced that they have to do business with government. But I think the reality is that if you are registered with CSDs, give your business some kind of recognition or, you know, gives you reputability, you know, it gives you, so when anybody, whether it's a funder or anybody else that want to do business with you and they see that you're registered with CSD, it gives you some form of, you know, credibility in terms of that.
Yes.
Paul, anything you want to ask?
No, I'm covered, Andre. I'm okay. I'm registered already, so my boat is already off the shore with the CSD.
Okay, fine. Craig, you've got your hand up?
Yeah, Andre, thank you. And Merinda, just a question from my side, and I was just thinking about it. When you register as CSD, does that cover you for national, provincial, and local tenders? Or, sorry, just a question I thought of now. I've actually never asked the question. So, does it cover you for all government entities?
Yes.
Yes, great.
Correct.
Okay, cool. It's not just a national thing. So it's governed, provincial, local, all of that. Okay, cool.
Correct.
I didn't know actually. I thought, let me ask while I'm here.
Thanks, Greg.
Okay.
Anybody else got some questions that they want to clarify? Everybody happy? I think, you know, it's just, I'm not sure how many of you guys on the call are registered. But I recommend that you do that. And as I said, it's going to give you some form of credibility. And I think that's the main purpose of it. Obviously, if you want to do business with government, that's entirely up to you. It's not wrong to want to spread your wings. Yeah, you might just benefit from that. You never know where it's going to lead to. Anna, I see you're unmuted. You want to ask something? Imelda, you want to ask something?
No, I want to say something. I think it's the best if we can on the CSD, but because of sometimes you are very quiet and then something popping out there, maybe for a quotation of something you didn't suspect it. So I think it's a best one, that one. So if you're going on the CSD and you register there, please take that all your stuff is right on the CSD, the text and all that other thing, and the banking details. Because sometimes if you do the business with the government and your banking details or anything is wrong on the CSD, he didn't want to pay you. He say you must please first do all that stuff right, and so sometimes it's a good thing, because you sometimes expect something and then it was quiet and then something popping out there, you maybe can get a quotation or something. So that's all I can say.
Thanks very much, Imelda. Pilato, you want to ask anything?
I'm sorry, I'm very late because I was having a problem of network.
Okay.
Yes, but now what?
You
Okay.
want to ask a question, or we'll be sending out the presentation to everybody. So you could, it's quite a simple process to follow.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much.
I'll post the recording link as well, Andre, and they can always refer. And yeah, even if you want to have a one-on-one, if you're applying for the CSD, if you want to have a one-on-one with me with Zoom, and I can, we can arrange some time and we can walk through it together. You can just let me know, drop me an email.
I think, and when we talk about creditability, I think what it does is that going through the system from applying forces you to make sure that all your documentation and your paperwork is up to date. I think
Compliant.
I think the benefit of that is that it forces you to get in line, to be accredited. And so when you want to apply for funding from any other organization, you at least know that your paperwork is in order and that everything is above board. And I think that is the benefit. Even if you decide maybe I don't want to do business, but at least it forces you to get your paperwork in order. And they just ask if you could send the link on the group, the link that you need to register. Victoria, you've got your hand up again. Victoria?
Andrew, I wanted to ask you about, I don't know whether I'm out of line. All my papers are correct now. It's only letter of good standing. So I want to know about it. Is it true that every year you're gonna pay 1.5 for letter of good standing?
Yeah,
Yes.
There's a lot of, I mean, you go to Cipro now, and because we were grey listed, the regulation is now is that every year even you've got to now declare if there's been a change in your in the directors or the shareholding of the companies. And so I think there's going to be a lot more clamp down on making sure that things are above board and that you regularly update and that you are compliant. So don't skip those things, whether it's tax compliant, whether it is Cipro compliant, whether it's anything, whether it's licenses, whether it is you're preparing food and you need to get health and safety documentation in order, or whether you need to register your business with a local authority or your municipality. I think it's essential that you make sure that you're compliant at all times, because it's going to come back and bite you if you're not.
Okay. Another question is that since 2018, I did apply for license. I really know that my products I am from the field. So I cannot go to the field without license. Since I have applied to that, but there is no response, and I'm trying to call in the office in Kimberley. I don't know what is going on in environmental. So I'm planning to go to Pretoria straight. So I don't know whether they submitted my thing in Pretoria or should I go straight to them in Kimberley. What must I do?
I think a first port of call would be is to go to your closest main office than just driving to Pretoria. I can't promise you that you're going to get more joy in Kimberley than in Pretoria, but yeah, I mean, have you found them? Have you followed up with emails? Have you exhausted all
Yeah,
the
because
options?
I met one of the guy and it seems like he's the manager in that office. So it seems like now he is ignoring me. He promised me to help me. I resubmit, re-email the things, the application that I've done in 2018. So he don't talking about it. I don't know whether did he check it or he's just ignoring me. And he was the responsible person. I met him last month. Every
Yeah.
week I'm phoning him. He said he's busy, he's in the sport, so many things. He will come back to me in Zoom meeting, but it seems like he's running away from me.
Well, I can't comment on that. I think, you know, it's just one of these things that in business, just keep on following up. And there's a saying in English, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. So keep on complaining, keep on following up. And yeah, and by all means, if you don't come right, message me and we can see what we can do, if I can
Yeah,
help
because
from my side.
I'm stuck ne? Since Kurera FM invited me to the radio to sell my products. Because that question I'm gonna ask, do you have a license to dig motoping in the field? Do you understand? So I cannot even advertise my things freely. So I'm stuck
But
because of authorization.
but you've got certification from SABS, from Standards of Bureau. Didn't you get certification from them?
Pardon?
Andrew? I think let's take this. I think this is another subject. Let's take this off the call and I'll give you a call later on and we can talk about this. All right.
All right.
Andre, Patrick here.
Yes, Patrick.
I wanted to propose that we should maybe allow ourselves to get as much information as possible from the presenter. Then when we have burning issues with regards to the management of the system, we can then ask for more time with the presenter or anyone who is able to help us with more information. I'm just worried that we are likely to dwell too much into our own individual entity challenges with regards to the system. Then we miss out on the time of getting more information from the presenter about the topic.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, so I think if it is something that is not directly related to the topic of what we're discussing, you know, make contact with me and we can have a discussion about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Patrick, anything that you wanted to ask or say?
No, I thought I have already made a point. I'm okay. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else that's got any questions or concerns, anything that they want to ask, but specifically about the registration process? Going once, going twice. Well, if there's nothing more to ask, then thanks very much for attending. I appreciate the attendance. Thanks very much to Merinda for presenting. And yeah, definitely she will make sure that she sends out the link of the presentation, plus the slides and all the contact links that you need. And yeah, and I encourage you guys to do that. You know, it's there's nothing to lose by doing that. Even if it's just getting your paperwork in order, I think already that is like a step in the right direction.
Thanks, Andre. Thanks, Craig.
Well done, Merinda. Thanks very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Thanks, Merinda. Thanks,
Thank
Andre.
you.
Okay.
Bye.